What's up everybody? Welcome to Renegade, welcome back to the channel. On today I want to talk about something that every ATV rider have experienced at some point, riding with your crew or just riding alone. Both have ups and downs, and after doing both of them, honestly, I'm just going to give my opinion and little 2 cents on it. So let's get into this video. All right guys, let's talk about riding with friends and all that. Rather you in the mud, street, sand, snow, whatever terrain you in. Every time you have friends and all that, and y'all riding as a group, it's always a vibe. It's always laughter. It's always people talking trash. It's always random stops, and it's always somebody able to help each other. Get unstuck if you're in the mud or if you're on the street, tire blow out, maybe a chain pop or something. You always have like a group of people able to help you at that standpoint, and that's what makes the riding like more fun and more enjoyable experience and stuff, and also a learning experience and stuff, because you might broke something, I guess know how to fix it at that moment, but you have somebody who experienced who fix it. You learn from them, some little stuff like that. And like you learn stuff, it's safer because you got a group of people, you got supervision and stuff around you. But on the flip side of that, riding with friends and all that actually could get frustrated and all that. It's always somebody running late. Someone is always breaking down, and there's always that one guy who want to stop every 5 minutes, or do like some crazy tricks every 5 minutes or so, and just spending way more time waiting than riding sometimes and all of that. But on the flip side, yes, it's pros and cons when you ride with a group of people and all that. So let's get on to the next. All right, guys. Let's talk about riding solo dolo. Now, if y'all haven't looked at my channel, I would recommend go look at my channel. I have videos where I went to some trails and all that by myself, and I usually do solo trail rides, or I usually have somebody with me. But it's not like a huge group of people or anything that could possibly help me if I get unstuck or anything like that. But riding by yourself and all that is actually pretty peaceful and all that. You can move at your own pace. You don't have to worry about waiting on other people and stuff. You're not distracted with extra noise and all that. It's just you and the trail. At the end of the day, you just admiring the scene. You just enjoying your bike and the noises from the bike, and man, it's just a glorious experience and all that. Now, me riding on trails by myself and all that, especially the trails I went to, I actually had good moments and all that, and remember experiences. But on the other hand, it does come with like a different mindset when you ride by yourself and all that, because you got to be more stricter and more tighter and all that, especially just going out by yourself and all that. You got to consider having like first aid, letting somebody know where you're going to be at, possibly having like a GPS, maybe a compass or something, maybe a map of the area. You do have to do your side, like just making sure you know the area and all that before going towards that trail, because just in case if anything happened, you the only one out there by yourself. Nobody ain't gonna know if you flip your bike, you falling off to where you couldn't get up, or your bike had just broken down and you like far away from like the entrance point and all that. It could be pretty hectic. So that's why sometimes you gotta come prepared, to stay ahead and all. Also, I mean, I do have some stories and all that I could share. I could give like maybe 3 stories. One story, I went to this one particular trail, and I believe it was somewhere in South Carolina, and no, I think it was somewhere in North Georgia or whatever. And anyway, um, I went through this mud hole and all that by myself. I wanted to hit it because it was right there. I went through it, and the Renegade was getting through, but it had got stuck. Good thing I had a winch and all that, and I was able to pull myself out. But imagine if I didn't have a winch or anything, and I'm by myself, then I would be like in deep crap and all that. Now, compared to being with the group and all that, I would have somebody easily just pull me out. But that was one experience. I'm like, yeah, you got to be very careful and make sure your winches and all that work and all that, because it can save you and all that. That winch saved me. Now another one, I went to this one beautiful trail and I liked it. It was very twisty and all that. I was really having fun with it. Next thing you know, my four wheeler wouldn't cut on or anything. It just completely died on me. But I had a fuse that kept getting loose and all that, which I learned once I had got the four wheeler back to the house and all that. But anyway, I was good thing I was it was very hilly and all that. It was a lot of inclines and downhills, incline, down and up inclines. It was a lot on the trail I was at, and good thing I was able to be at like a point where it was like leveled out, and I ain't had nobody around me and all that. I really didn't. Now they did have like a ranger, like a guy who would like drive around and stuff, just to, I guess, to make sure somebody is safe. But um, he he couldn't help me because he was like an older guy and all that, but he wouldn't try to find some help or anything. But I seen these two guys that ridden on dirt bikes and all that. I had some, hey, can y'all, give me a hand? Now imagine if nobody wasn't out there. I mean, I would be like stooped. And the four wheeler is pretty heavy and all, especially trying to push it up a hill or trying to push it downhill. It could be pretty hectic and all that. But anyway, I had the guys push the bike to me, and good thing for some reason, the incline, it was a downhill. I had to go straight downhill, and it just led out into the parking lot and stuff, and my trailer and all that was right there. That was like pretty. I'm like, dang, I'm glad I landed in this spot and all that, because I really didn't know my whereabouts of the trail and stuff. I was new to the trail, so I was trying to learn it and all that, and I was getting through it pretty quick and all. But anyway, the guys, they pushed me down. I had the bike in neutral, and man, that thing was just going down nice and smooth. I get in the parking lot, and then there's another group of people right here. And they wonder like, hey, what's going on with you and all that. I'm like, yeah, my bike, it just won't start and all that. And good thing they was there and they was able to help me push the bike on the trailer and all that. Now just imagine if that group wasn't there. How in the hell would I get the bike on the trailer? I don't have a winch on my trailer um to pull the bike up if I wanted to, and my four wheeler is completely dead, so I'm not going to be able to use the winch to get up on the trailer. So good thing I had a group of people there. But riding solo, you just got to think about your trailer setup, and other little miscellaneous things. And then, do I have another story? Yeah, I have another story to where my bike had got flipped in the lake. Well, basically a pond. It got flipped, and mind you, I'm with like three other people, but the two other people didn't have like no rides or anything. So we all was just um, you know vibing and all that on my four wheeler. And but anyway, I let him ride it, flip. Good thing a guy with a UTV was driving by, and he seen us, and he saved me. Like my bike was literally in the pond. I don't know how I would have got it out. It would have been impossible to get out. But that's what it comes with a risk and all that. You a risk, losing your bike, and it just be crazy, y'all. Anyway, guys, y'all let me know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer riding with a group of people or riding with by yourself, which is solo? Drop it in the comments down below. I want to hear y'all take, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's talk about some more real ATV talk. See y'all on the next one, and ride out safe. Ride you on mud, street, snow, whatever terrain you on. Make sure y'all be safe and all that. And if you're with a group of people, make sure you have a good time and all that. Y'all have y'all fun. If you riding solo and all that, just make sure you are prepared. Make sure people know your whereabouts and all that, and just be safe and all that. And don't get stuck. Anyway, I hope you have a good one. Peace.